Hey scholars and families, so this video is for our Pod A and Pod C students. So I'm just going to go over a few things with you for this week of October 26th. The first thing I would like to point out is on my Bitmoji Classroom, there is a link to my Instagram. So on my Instagram, it's just at Miss Marnon. I'll be posting announcements. I'll be posting updates with our Among Us prizes. I'll be posting cute pictures when Biscuit visits our classroom. Biscuit is a service dog. That's Miss Figueroa's service dog, but she's allowed to visit us sometimes. Just follow me for updates and announcements when we need them on Instagram. The other way to get to our Bitmoji room I can show you is through our Lincoln website. So I've been sending out the page for my link a lot for my page, but just to show you how to get to anybody's page and how to get to my page from our Lincoln website, you go to About Us, then Faculty and Staff Directory. From here, you have all of your teachers, and they have all of these teachers have a page. I'm going to take you to my page though. So we got to find me. Here's Miss Marnon. So here's a little bio about me. And then here's my link for our Math 7 class. So this is actually the class page that I send out a lot on talking points. There's a feed here where I'll put updates like when we had open house and then our link broke. So I had a new link. There's our calendar where I put all of our different events. We got pictures. And here is our Bitmoji Classroom, so you can get to that Instagram link here if you want, and then there's some other links as well on the page. So going back to Canvas, we're going to look at modules. All of our work is held in modules. So I have all A and B here listed. Pod C students do the same work. They follow Pod A, but this is just because I'm a teacher. I only see I see all of it, but when your student logs on, they'll actually only see the pod that applies to them. So for our students, they'll see everything that starts with an A. So let's jump right into Monday. So we're going to start on subtracting integers and subtracting rational numbers. So here is our page overview. I'm going to hit next. And right here we have the lesson. So your student is going to be in class on Monday because they're a Pod A or Pod C student. If they're absent, here is the video that they can watch. If they just wanted to watch it again at home, they can. All this work is in class notebook. In class, they'll have it in front of them. I'm just going to show you how to get to class notebook. So it's right here on the side. They can click it. I'm going to actually just open it in a new tab though. There's going to be a purple sign in button. And then once they sign in, they'll have this option to open in OneNote Online. It opens in a new tab. Your student will have their own folder over here. All of the teacher copies of everything is held in the content library. So this is supposed to be Unit 2, page 6. So here's Unit 2, page 6. So this is what we'll be working on in class. I'll have paper copies, or if your student brings their computer, they can do it online. But it's all right here in the class notebook. So this is what we're doing in class. There's a video if they need it. I'm going to hit next. Oh, that's going to go to Monday for Pod B. So let's just go back. Let's look at Tuesday. So Tuesday for Pod A, here's our overview page. If I hit next, this is again in class because we're Pod A and Pod C. If we miss class or we want to review what we did in class, there is a video of the lesson here. It's all under Unit 2. Page 7, so Unit 2, page 7 in our class notebook. So here's what we're going to be working on. When they're done, they can hit the Mark is Done button at the top. So I'm going to go back to modules. Wednesday is going to be a little bit different. Wednesday is the same for everybody. So I'm just going to click this one. So here's the overview page for Wednesday. So for Wednesday, it's very important your student logs onto Teams for homeroom at 8:45. During homeroom, your student's going to get a link for a different Teams meeting to have the STAR test proctored for them. So they're going to have a link. They're going to go to another Teams meeting for 9 o'clock for the Math STAR. So they might be in with me, Miss Eastman, another teacher to proctor. So we're going to read the directions to them and help them when they need it. If they have accommodations like test spread, that's going to be in this Teams meeting. So that is why it's so important they're logging on at 8:45 to homeroom to go to Teams. So here's our overview for Wednesday page. And then here are the directions for STAR. So it says go to homeroom at 8:45 to get the meeting link. At 9 o'clock, we're going to start the Math STAR. If for some reason something happens and they miss it, which they shouldn't because we want to make sure everybody's getting their accommodations live like they're supposed to at 9 o'clock, here's the direction video to get to STAR. Later in the day, I don't want to do a lot of math work, but I do want to do our own assignment for Wednesday. We have this data dig. So this is not as hard as it looks. So they're going to look at the data wall. So they can do this in Canvas. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. We have our data wall in Canvas. You just look for the correct class period at the bottom. Right, here's all of the different class periods. Find the student lunch number, and we can see how we're doing on different standards. This is also on the Lincoln webpage, on my page. If you keep scrolling down, you can look at the data wall at home anytime you want. I keep it pretty regularly updated. You just need to know what period your student is in and what their lunch number is. So they just have these 4 questions to answer. It says submit assignment at the top, and that's how you get the way to answer it. So if they wanted to type it in like a Word document and upload it, they can do that right here. If they just want to type it right on Canvas, you're going to change it to text entry. Something your student might want to do is copy these questions and paste them below, and then they can just type here to answer them. If instead of typing, your student wants to practice recording themselves, they can hit this media tab and then record. They can turn the webcam on or off and record themselves talking and answering these questions. We have student-led conferences coming up, so that might be a good option for anybody who wants to practice speaking about their own data. There's also this Office 365 option if they typed it and saved it in the OneDrive. But I think most students are going to do the text entry. When they're done answering all the questions, they hit submit. And then it gets like little confetti. It's always fun. So if they make a mistake or they need to redo it, they can always hit resubmit and they can do it again. That is okay. That's open for them. I always know that sometimes I hit submit and then I worry I typed something wrong. So that's always an option and open for them. So that's for Wednesday. Wednesday's the STAR and just these 4 questions about their data so far. For Thursday, now students are at home, so they're not in class. There's going to be a video here with specific instructions for the day. So there is no Teams meeting for Pod A or C students on Thursdays because I'll be at the school teaching the Pod B students. So there's no Teams meeting, so this all has to be done independently. So I posted a video of the lesson here. So there's also a Nearpod here. So the expectation is your student is watching the video, pausing it before I do a problem. I'll say in the video, pause the video now. And then they do the work. They check over their work by playing the video and seeing how I did it. So this is again in Class Notebook, Unit 2, page 8. So this is subtraction rules. I go through in the video and we fill in this entire, all these fill in the blanks, everything. So that is available there. They hit mark as done at the top, and then they go next is independent practice 8. They're going to complete this independent practice. It's 6 questions. One of them is an extra credit question, so they can get 6 out of 5 points. When they're done with this, they're done for Thursday. So let's go back to modules and let's look at Friday. So Friday is going to be the same thing. I don't have a Teams meeting because I'm teaching the Pod B students in person. So students are expected to be doing the work independently. I don't just leave them stranded though. There is a video that they can pause before I start a problem. Then they can complete the problem, then play the video to check that their work is correct. So this is for Unit 2, page 9 in the class notebook. So here's Unit 2, page 9. This one's a bit shorter. I don't think it'll be as much work. I think it's going to go by pretty quick. When they're all done with that, they can hit mark as done at the top. And then there's actually independent practice 9 here. And this is the last grade for the week. So we have independent practice 9. It's just like the other one. It's 6 questions. One of them is extra credit though. So if they get 6 out of 5 points, they actually got extra credit. And once they're done with this, they're done with math for the week. And you guys can have a happy Halloween.